So look, we're 6 months into President Trump's second term in office. Now, I know you've been critical. You've had your bones to pick with President Trump. If you took his name out of it and looked solely at what has happened, the policies and the things that have changed around the world and in our country over the first 6 months, how do you rate his presidency so far?
I wouldn't give it a good rating.
The very wonderful and talented Laura Trump, whose show is a big ratings success, put racist sleazebag Charlamagne the God. Why is he allowed to use the word God when describing himself? Clock in. Black Gotta just walked in. Team Black Gotta stand up, man. Yo, we back with another video with Charlamagne the God. Alright guys, so Charlamagne has been cooking himself. Now, I already seen certain things that Charlamagne say and do that is a little bit questionable to me. Just like the way he handled the Neon situation, man. I kind of felt bad for Neon watching that interview a little bit, because it's like, imagine yourself trying to be a better person and trying to change and actually do better in life, and realizing you did something wrong. Then you got an older dude who's supposed to be wise and supposed to be giving you knowledge and basically encouraging you to change, telling you otherwise and kind of making you still feel bad about stuff you know you did that was wrong. It's like, bro, I already know what he did was wrong. Why do we still have to keep bringing it up?
Shut your stupid ass up.
But when you end up watching the whole video, you go to realizing they're basically just trolling him back for what he did previously by trolling people. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he was just playing the troll game with Neon back. But this situation right here is another situation. And by the way, make sure everybody who's watching this video go sub up on Black Gotti News and Reviews. That's where we go to watch a lot of grown man activity. So like everybody who say they've been watching me for a minute, you done grew up with me, go over there so you can watch grown man activity. That's where we watch most of the things that actually matter in real life, you feel me, and trying to make a change in some way, shape, or form, you know? Because over here, we believe in positivity, bro. And on top of that, I've been walking in my very positive path, and everything I do is to help and kind of enlighten other people and let y'all know, man, like anything is possible. But back to that boy, Charlamagne. Charlamagne, I watched this video, and y'all can actually go see it over there on Black Gotti News and Reviews. I was paying attention to what Charlamagne was saying, and it made no sense at all. When it came to Trump, it's like Charlamagne was saying stuff that he wasn't even credible on speaking about. He still feels like Kamala was the best candidate in that situation, and on top of that, he would vote for her again. Now, I don't know about y'all, but Charlamagne, you're a little bit too hot out here. You need some milk. Probably the best bet is for somebody else to be in that position, because I low-key feel like they kind of set Kamala up for the kill. Like, they set her up and put her in a terrible position to where she tried to make up for stuff that was already terrible. But that's a topic for another day, right? Charlamagne was real hesitant throughout this whole interview on basically giving Trump props. We all see that there's been certain changes, especially with the border and things of that nature. And on top of that, it's been a lot more jobs for Americans. It's like we see it going on. We can't deny the fact that Trump is actually doing those things. But Charlamagne chose this time to give credit while not giving credit. I don't even know how that makes sense, but that's kind of what Charlamagne was doing.
So look, we're 6 months into President Trump's second term in office. Now, I know you've been critical. You've had your bones to pick with President Trump. If you took his name out of it and looked solely at what has happened, the policies and the things that have changed around the world and in our country over the first 6 months, how do you rate his presidency so far?
I wouldn't give it a good rating,
Why not?
Simply because, the least of us are still being impacted the worst. Like when you look at something like, the big, beautiful bill, that's something that, I'm going to benefit from because of the tax bracket that I'm in. But, there's going to be so many people that's hurt by that bill. And, anything that, takes away Medicaid from people and is going to put people in a worse financial situation than, they were previously in, I'm not for. And, he ran on that. Like, he ran on, the economy. He ran on saying that, grocery prices were going to be down, and,
That has happened.
No.
Inflation is trending down. And by the way, Medicaid, we want to make sure that people who are not actual recipients or shouldn't be getting Medicaid are off of Medicaid, so it can actually benefit more people. There is good stuff in that bill, though. You have the 2017 tax cuts that are made permanent, and that really is
Tax
for
cuts
everybody.
For who, though?
But that's for everyone. Everyone in this country is impacted by that. You also have things, by the way, like money going to school choice for parents all across this country. There is a lot of good that I think will come out of the big, beautiful bill. But what about things like...
Right now, people are hurting. And he campaigned on immediate change, day one change.
And you don't think you felt any change? People aren't feeling change.
No.
Do you feel...
Like, I can't even take Charlemagne serious. It's like you got some deep in vendetta about Republicans in general. Like, you are saying nonsense, my guy. Like, it's straight nonsense. You don't see no change at all. You don't see that the tax cuts don't just benefit rich people. I'm tired of people saying that. Like, if a tax cut is a tax cut, it's cut for everybody. It's basically hard for anybody that is just so far left to agree with anything Trump is doing. It's like they can't do what she asked him to do at the beginning, which is take Trump's name out of it. Just take his name out of it and tell me, do you see good happening? Well, yeah, I see good happening, but it ain't happening immediate. It was supposed to happen the first day. Matter of fact, it was supposed to happen the day before he even entered office. I want him to do it strategically fast, even though Joe Biden did not do it at all. Even though Kamala was more focused on inviting Megan Thee Stallion to come perform and shake that ass on stage, I'd rather that. You know what I'm saying? We want to see more booty juice flying there. Well, we don't really want to see no benefits for the kids. We don't want to see bills being passed that have kids back in school doing the presidential fitness test. We don't want to see none of that. You know what I'm saying? We want to see booty juice. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want to see. Charlamagne, what is you talking about, famo? You know what I'm saying? Bro, you tripping. You live in too hot out here. You definitely need some milk.
the ability to develop a nuclear weapon?
Iran?
Yeah.
Sure. I feel safe if you're telling me that a country won't have the ability to build a nuclear weapon.
Do you feel better knowing our borders closed?
Yes.
Okay, so there.
Why was the hesitation on the biggest thing that we actually probably needed to happen? Like, it's like people was depending on chaos. Although we're welcomed and open in arms for everybody, but like, why is you hesitating to answer that question? Bro, you making me think otherwise about you, my boy. Like, why is you even hesitating to answer these questions? You don't have to be the biggest Trump lover to realize, yo, there's actually some change happening and it's for the better. It's for the better.
Don't get me wrong. There's certain things that I absolutely, understood. Like, as far as, border security. But I understood border security for different reasons. Like, people were complaining about the border because they felt like people were coming into, the country and, taking jobs away from people in certain areas and certain communities. And that is the conversation that I had been hearing, for the past year and a half prior to the election. I understand that. But I want to see the criminals and illegal immigrants, actually deported.
Well, that's happening.
Not people who are here, trying to go through the process of being in this country legally. Like, when you see people actually getting deported and getting detained, and they're actually trying to go through the process of being American citizens, that's not right.
Well, we're allowing those people to leave. They actually get money to leave, and then they get to reapply to come back here the right way. So,
but leave and go where?
They go back to their home country, and then they
What if they've never even been to that country?
Well,
see, that's why I just stopped listening right there. What if people who came from their country never been to their country before? What are you talking about, Charlemagne? They came from there. Oh my. See, that's what made me real confused. But you know what was real crazy about all of this, y'all? This particular interview was so ignorant, right? That it actually got Trump's attention. The very wonderful and talented Laura Trump, whose show is a big ratings success, put racist sleazebag Charlemagne the God. Why is he allowed to use the word God when describing himself? Yo, bro, hearing the president go crazy on somebody like this is wild. Bro called him a sleazebag. But why is he even calling yourself a god? Oh my. Can anyone imagine the uproar there would be if I used that nickname? He's a low IQ individual, has no idea what words are coming out of his mouth, and knows nothing about me or what I have done. Like just ending 5 wars, including a 31-year bloodbath between Republic and the Congo and Rwanda, where 7 million people have died, and there was no end in sight. He didn't know that. Or India and Pakistan, or wiping out Iran's nuclear capabilities, or closing the horrendous open border, or creating the greatest economy, where prices and inflation have come way down, and where stupid and corrupt Joe Biden set the record for doing the worst job as president ever. But this dope Charlamagne would vote for Sleepy Joe or Kamala. Remember, 1 year ago, our country was dead. Now it's the hottest country anywhere in the world. Nah, I'm still stuck on the fact he called that man a sleaze bag. A sleaze bag is crazy. Now that's top tier, bro. I wouldn't even know what a sleaze bag is, but whatever it is, I guess that what Charlamagne did. Now I clearly feel like Charlamagne set himself up for that. Reason being why is because he didn't come up there trying to be reasonable, but at the same time, I kind of respect that he's standing on however he feels, no matter how unintelligent it sounds. He's standing on however he feels, and you gotta respect somebody like that. If somebody look at the sky and be like, no bro, the sky not blue, it's orange, you gotta respect him for really believing the sky is orange. Cause like if it's orange to you, it's orange to you. Slow as hell, boy. Your ass that bit blue, boy. You tripping. Now after seeing that, Charlamagne did end up responding, and he kind of ended off his conversation by saying he wants Trump to be focused. He feels like Trump is not focused, and he's actually rooting for Trump. And he said the 2 things that Trump needs to focus on is the economy and the Epstein file. He wants Trump to focus on those 2 specific things. But hey, you guys let me know how you guys feel about this in the comment section below. We could chat down there. And I guess I'm gonna get with y'all on the next video. All right, guys, we got verse of the day. Make sure you put WVOTD in the comment section below if this is something you needed to hear. 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13 and 14. Be on your guard. Stand firm in the faith. Be courageous. Be strong. Do everything in love.